We are live.
All right. What's up, guys? John here. Titan Talk Tuesday in full effect. So it's been a good week so far. It's been a long couple days. A lot of baseball, a lot of basketball, practicing, coaching, all that good stuff. So I've been at it for sure, 100%, plus all this great stuff that's going on at Titan Medical Center. So, yeah, it's Tuesday. It's always good Tuesday when you guys are coming here and hanging out with me on Titan Talk. So I appreciate that. We got a good show for you guys today. I got a lot of great things to talk about, especially the therapy of the week. We always go over that one. We usually single out a couple different therapies and talk about those, where libido enhancement for males and females. We're going to talk about quite a few of these different options for you, ladies and gentlemen out there, so you guys can get maximum pleasure and maximum satisfaction with your partner. So let's talk about some of these different things that are out there, right? So for males and females, when we talk about this, most of like the libido enhancer business, I guess, or clinics or companies out there really focus on males, where we want to focus both on females and males, right? But when we talk about males, because we can talk about them, they're probably the most, targeted demographic for that. Because let's face it, there are people out there, guys out there that have issues with erectile dysfunction or sexual dysfunction. It could be a mental, dysfunction as far as with their erections or with sex in general, or it could be a physical, right? So this could be somebody that has had heart issues, problems as far as, maybe hurting themselves down low, and at that point not being able to perform properly, right? And perform properly, we're talking about a number of different things. So we talk about performing properly as a male. We talk about, getting an erection and being able to follow through with the erection, right? And at that point, like I said, there's a lot of different options out there. So when we talk about males, and libido enhancers don't have to be just for people that need it, right? This could be for somebody that wants to increase their game or level up their game and want to make their partner feel better. So at that point, let's talk about males in general. And then we'll get into the female versions as well. So for males, we have a couple of different good ones. The first one is our Supermans. So our Supermans are sildenafil. That's the main chemical ingredient in our Supermans. So that's kind of like Viagra. Now, we make this in a number of different dosages too as well. So the most common dosages you see out there in sildenafil or Viagra are usually 50 milligrams, 100 milligrams. Where we can do 110 milligrams for our sildenafil, so it's actually a little bit more. And this is going to help with vasodilation in the body, bringing the blood down to the extremities levels, and that's what's causing the erection, right? So at that point, that's what our first option is for males. The second option is tadalafil. So tadalafil could be a Superman 2 as well. Some people do better with sildenafil or Viagra than tadalafil, which is Cialis. There's some different symptoms and stuff like that some people get, and that could be like drainage of the nose or a little bit of congestion area, heartburn and such. Usually you don't get too many of these effects, but there are some people out there that do have some of these different negative side effects or symptoms from these medications, especially sildenafil. Headache could be another one. It won't be a hard headache, but it'll be like a slight, dull one to a certain extent. Advil, a little bit of Advil is going to get rid of that if you want to take that beforehand. Usually, though, if you're taking a good dose, and you're not overdosing on too as well, that's just taking too much, you're probably not going to have the symptoms, most likely. But if you do get them, don't worry. There's other medications out there or therapies that you guys can take. So we talk about tadalafil. So tadalafil kind of works the exact same way. The next thing I get the question on or we get the question on, is, all right, so sildenafil and tadalafil both work the exact same way, right? On the vascular system, on the bloodstream, right? They're pushing blood down to the extremities. So which one's better, and what's really the difference between them if I was going to take them? So the way that I can best explain it is this. With sildenafil, which is Viagra, it can be that easy to get an erection. You could be thinking about something, the wind could blow by, you rub against something, whatever it may be. It's very easy to get an erection with sildenafil or Viagra. Very simple, very easy. With tadalafil, it's easy too as well, but it's got to be incited. So at that point, kissing, touching, this is going to cause the arousal, and this is going to help with that. So that's the main differences. Both work very, very good, right? And those are Supermans. We just have the two different versions, the variants. All right, so we talk about those. Great options all the way around. After that, we can talk about mixing the two. So if you want the best of both worlds, you can get sildenafil and tadalafil in one oral troche, right? One troche that's going to go in your mouth and it's going to be sublingual and work like that. It's going to work very well. You're going to get the best, like I said, of both worlds of sildenafil and tadalafil. I think it could be a little bit of overkill, but some people need it. Or some people want to be to that level. So we do offer it for our patients out there, right? And we can service you anywhere, nationwide, guys. 48 states. The only ones we don't do is Ohio and Idaho. But at that point, you don't need a blood test for this. It's real simple to do. All you have to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. And at that point, you're going to do one medical consultation. And if you're not in this area and you can't come to Titan Medical Center's headquarters, don't worry. You guys can actually call up and go onto a FaceTime or Skype, so a video conference with the medical provider. And at that point, you guys will be good to go. You guys can order, and it will be shipped directly from a U.S. licensed pharmacy to your doorstep. What's going on, Hawk Squad? All right, what's going on, 4HM? Sean Boer Jr., what's going on? RM Maria, what's going on? How you doing? Mad Doubletree, what's going on? How you doing? Dan Thiemann, is your company looking to sponsor female bodybuilder athletes in the Miami area? I don't know. Why don't you DM us some profiles of who you're talking about, all right? And kind of go there. All Squad, my man, what's going on, bro? All right, so back to these libido enhancers. When we mix the both of them, tadalafil and Viagra, that's like basically a Superman. I mean, we don't even really have a name for that yet because we've just really came out with that version. Now, with the Supermans, if you're on testosterone replacement therapy or HRT, so if you're getting prescribed testosterone through us or from somebody else that you can provide us proof with, at that point, we do have one more different variant to Supermans. So we have sildenafil or tadalafil. You can pick either or. And we have it with micronized testosterone. So 10 milligrams of micronized testosterone with either the 110 milligrams of sildenafil or 10 milligrams of tadalafil. Now, this is going to cause some different things that are going to go on. Let me tell you why. So with tadalafil or sildenafil, you're going to take this, and at that point, that's going to help with the erection portion. With the micronized testosterone, what that's going to help out with is if your girl, your wife, or your partner wanted to go more than one time per se, and you need that extra stamina and energy, that is where that micronized testosterone is going to come from, or come in good use for you. So at that point, those are the Superman variants. If you guys have any questions on those, call or text 727-389-3220. So let's talk about PT-141. So PT-141, so bromelditide, right? So this is actually an FDA-approved female libido enhancer. So for females, we have our Wonder Womans, which are sildenafil, right? And that works the exact same. It takes the blood down the extremities. At that point, it should cause more sensitivity for a female. But then we talk about PT-141. Now, PT-141 is a good one because it works the exact same way on males and females. And PT-141, like I said, is an FDA-approved female libido enhancer. And there's not too many of them out there that work really, really good, where this one works really, really good. And you can take this with either an injectable, you can take it orally, so it's going to work really, really well both ways. And what it does and how it works is it works actually on the nervous system. So with that in play, getting true libido effect from the brain almost, right, from your body. And at that point, being able to really, really take that female's libido up and, basically take over and transform that sexual dysfunction into sexual pleasure. And that's kind of what we want, right? Especially, if you have a wife, girlfriend like that, you should want them to have pleasure too, along with yourself. So this is going to help out. And the best thing about this one is you guys can both take this one too and both benefit from it. So, getting that version of PT-141 by itself is awesome. And like I said, It's FDA approved for female libido enhancement. It's usually by injectable. That's how it comes, but we make it in oral form too as well, and it works just as good, right? I've actually gave these to Tsikouris, and we've had some other patients and stuff like that. Give them test tries in the beginning to see which one was better. Was the injectable better? Was the oral version better? And they both had great effects. So, I'm not going to tell you one's better than the other one, but for some people they don't want to do injections, right? Or they want to carry it on them and take it, a couple hours beforehand if they don't want to take it in the beginning of the night. And they got it. They're ready to rock and roll. Whole Knot Law, what's going on? Strength and Performance, what's going on? How you guys doing? Chatter, Brian, B-Dub, what's up? Hector, how you guys doing? Cookie Monster, what's going on? So if you guys have any questions about these female or male libido enhancers, you can ask me right now. If you guys want to take advantage of them, you guys can call or text us, 727-389-3220. Be able to talk about these with you guys, take care of you, get you signed up. So let's talk about Cupid's Candy. So Cupid's Candy is awesome too. So this actually puts together 3 main things for the ultimate pleasure and libido enhancement. Let's talk about these 3 things. So the first one, we're going to talk about PT141, which I just covered. What up, Big Drew? Joe Anthony, what's going on? So when we talk about Cupid's Candy, we talk about PT141 as the first main ingredient. And we just talked about PT141 and how it works on the nervous system, creating true libido enhancement all the way through the body, right? At that point, it's great for females and males the exact same way. After that, tadalafil. So that's Cialis, right? So Cialis is a commercial name. Tadalafil is the main ingredient chemical in Cialis. So we have that in there, and that's going to work on the vascular system. So you have the nervous system effect for libido and the vascular system. Thank you guys out there for buying those badges. I appreciate it. I really do. All right, so after that, when we have both of these stimulated, the nervous system and the vascular system, by tadalafil and PT141, we also add oxytocin in. So if you guys are not familiar with oxytocin, this is another hormone. Now, this isn't a hormone like testosterone, right? This is a hormone that is basically it's for bonding. It's called the bonding hormone, right? So this should actually help you guys come together even more. Lower down inhibitions to a certain extent, being more freely, being more open. So this is the ultimate sexual enhancement, okay, that we offer. I in my eyes, I think, right? There are a couple other ones out there that some other people like our Ironmans. So our Ironmans are sildenafil and arginine. So that is the maximum blood flow for true Ironman stance out there. So yeah, Bulk Squat's that's his girlfriend's favorite. PT141 Cupid's Candy. I bet. Big Drew. Yep. Nationwide service, guys. All right. Only Ohio and Idaho we can't service, but everybody else, we can help you guys out. And with the libido enhancers we just talked about, it's so simple and easy to become a patient. All you guys got to do is fill out the patient paperwork, and you can do it right online. After that, we'll schedule you for a medical consultation. Boom, you get that done. We can have the U.S. licensed pharmacy shipped directly to your doorstep. Any one of those libido enhancers we just talked about. So whether you're male, you're a female, you want to just have a good night with your spouse or significant other or loved one, these can definitely do the trick for you guys. And like I said, some people need it. They have erectile dysfunction, they have sexual dysfunction, they can't reach orgasm. These can benefit tremendously. And if you are okay in all those situations, scenarios, like, I'm awesome, I'm just great, my partner loves it, you might want to just give it a run on one of those special nights, anniversaries, Valentine's Day. One night you guys might go out and have a few drinks, and you want to be on your game and not think about it. All guys have been there, I think, to a certain extent. You go out with the boys, you might have some drinks. At that point, you've had a few more whiskeys than you wanted to, you Uber home, and at that point, you want to make sure you can take care of business. So this can help in that situation or scenario too as well. So it just is what it is. Hercules Potion's definitely a good one too as well. Must for Arm Day. How many mLs do you do? Yeah, it's this product. Also, we have Drew talking to another person on there. All right, I need to lose some pounds, chatter. All right, so that's no problem. So if you need to lose some weight, we've got plenty of different options for medical weight loss. But, depending on age and stuff like that, we want to look at that too, because we might want to run a blood test and look at where some of these hormones are at. Like testosterone, free and total testosterone, progesterone, estradiol, growth hormone levels, B12 levels. make sure those are all dialed in. Now, if you're fairly young, you might not have any of these issues. At that point, might need to correct some things like diet, exercise, sleep, and definitely some tight medical center therapies for sure. All right, Big Drew, yeah, I'm looking to lose 15. We can definitely help you out. 15 pounds for sure. ECA Stack Plus, AOD, Big Drew just talked about this right now. Those are really, really good options. So ECA Stack Plus, ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium is a capsule. You can take this. It's going to give you energy, focus, right? More motivation. It's going to help you sweat a lot more, and it's going to definitely help you lose weight. After that, AOD 9604, advanced obesity drug. This is a peptide, and this is for weight loss. This actually, it basically isolates the sequence of growth hormone, particularly focused on weight loss. So it's not going to have any negative effects as far as growth hormone. It's not going to be as expensive as growth hormone, and you're not going to be able, be able to take it as much as you want without having to deal with any of possible growth hormone side effects. So that's definitely a plus out there. All right, so any questions you guys have, hit me up on them. HRT, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, like Hercules Potion that Drew was talking about, or some of our signature other ones like Titan Complete and such. Also, peptides, weight loss peptides, right? Healing peptides. These are big ones out there, guys. And libido enhancing peptides like PT141, which we just talked about. Blood testing nationwide. Libido enhancers, like we talked about, went through them all nationwide for you guys. And if you guys have questions on them or what might be the best for you guys, that's where you guys can call or text us. We'll be happy to talk about some of these different therapies for you and go over it. Also, if you do go through your medical consultation, if you have questions about certain therapies or you have certain goals or what you're trying to achieve, bring that up with the medical provider. They want to discuss these things with you and get you the most optimal results that you guys are looking for, right? That's what it's all about. Best medical weight loss protocols. There's a couple ones. And Tiki Bar, so like I said, this is not a cookie cutter thing that we do here. All our patients are personalized regimens because everybody's different to a certain extent. There are mass protocols that you can use for the general population to a certain extent, but we really have to break some things down before we even talk about this. We need to talk about age, your weight, health, your health history, your family health history, what's going on symptom-wise. If you're saying, listen, I'm 22 years old, I'm really, really healthy, never had a problem, I'm not really exercising too much, my diet's really not on point, then maybe we can change those things, and then maybe a medical weight loss therapy will help instantly. But like I said, there might be some different things that we want to look like before that. So, it's all about doing that. Instead of, here's the problem. Let me give you a good example. We have people that call us that are like, let's say 45 years old, right? Just picking that number out of thin air. 45 years old and like, you know what, John, I want to lose some weight. I need to lose some weight, right? For my job or, the doctor told me to be healthier, I need to lose some weight. So, I just want a medical weight loss therapy, right? I want to start there. So maybe at ECAs, I'll just go with that. So we don't check his blood, and he starts taking the ECAs or, let's say, AOD. It works a little bit, right? But then he starts plateauing off about maybe a month or two into it. And he's like, well, what's going on here? These aren't working anymore. Well, there could be other things that you're fighting an uphill battle against. So when we talk about hormones, right? When we talk about hormones, this could be a problem. And actually, one of my subjects today is about another hormone, leptin, right? If you guys don't know what that is, stay tuned. I'm gonna brief you guys and educate you a little bit on it. But at that point, we got to make sure that the hormones and your body's working optimal. That way, when you are eating correctly, you are training correctly, you're getting enough sleep, you're going to get optimal results instead of so-so results, right? We don't want that. We want the best results for you. So we got to put you in the best environment, your body in the best environment, so that it can properly get these results for you. So that's what it is, right? But I would say the best therapies that we probably offer ECA Stack Plus, AOD 9604, Titan Complete's another good one. If you're looking for topical aesthetic, that's our fat burning cream. That's another one you can add in there. But these are probably our top ones, I would say. Hulk Squad said, I have a good friend who's a powerlifter. I keep telling her about Hercules Potion. She's afraid they'll red flag her on the test. I don't believe it would because it's all amino acids. So no, it will not red flag around the test, right? I can guarantee it 100%. This is used by professional athletes like NBA, NFL, MLB. Those guys, the guys that I know that are taking it are getting tested 100%. And nothing comes up on there. And I think they're going to be, when you're talking about powerlifting, they're really looking for some different things. I don't think they're looking for amino acids in there, and they can't, right? They're not banned substances. So at that point, she will have nothing to worry about. I can put that in writing, so if something does happen, then I'll cover it, whatever the damage is. All right. How do you talk to someone? Website. So Tiki Bar. So you can call or text 727-389-3220. Our phones do switch over at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but we are still working here. So at that point, you can text the line, 727-389-3220. Somebody will get back to you tonight or early tomorrow morning. But if you text right now, you'll probably get a hold of somebody that'll probably be able to help you out right now. Just say, hey, listen, I seen John on live. And at that point, I want to talk to somebody. And they'll get back to you, I promise. All right. So menopause hormones are... Yeah, Kim, I understand that. Yeah. So that's another thing with women too as well. Women go through, and guys go through hormone waves, I guess, right, to a certain extent, especially as we're growing. Women do too, and women go through a couple different ones, right? Because when we talk about females, we talk about one, puberty, going through that hormone transition, and then two, we talk about the next one is when they give birth, and all the different hormones that are fluctuating during their pregnancy and then even afterwards. And then we talk about postpartum depression, and this is hormone-based, guys. There's depletion of different hormones that make females feel like this. It's not just, oh, I'm just depressed. That's not why, okay? So at that point, we need to look at that. And then there's menopause, postmenopause. I mean, when we look at these different things, we look at hormone deficiency and hormone imbalance. And when you rebalance these hormones and get hormones back to where they need to be, optimal, it turns back the clock inside for both males and females out there, and it gets them feeling like that. What's up, Ange? How you doing? Ange Tusa in the house. So this is really where, we need to fix what's going on inside. And once you fix that, you should be feeling better. Your body should be responding a little bit better, right? And that's what it's all about. Thank you. Kim said customer service, patient service is excellent. I really appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure you got your appointment tomorrow, right? I asked about it today, so I want to make sure you get taken care of. I think you're going to be seeing Chanel. Very, very, very educated and smart practitioner. She's great, and she knows our therapies like the back of her hand, Kim. So you'll be in good hands. She also has a ton of videos. So a lot of my medical videos have some of these practitioners in it. I'm going to get them more involved again. They've just been so busy seeing patients, all of them, to be honest with you. But I'm going to set some time aside and maybe even do a live with them. So maybe you guys can talk to them directly on here or something like that, and get some benefit. Plus, I'll make some different videos for you guys, to have them maybe answer some things that maybe I haven't answered, or maybe go over it again, maybe in their verbiage or however they want to explain it. I love it. All right, so let's talk about some of these different things on here, our subjects. And I think they go right with what we are talking about just now with hormones to a certain extent. Devo728, what's going on? Pooh Bear, what's going on? How you doing? Hawksquad said, yes, I did my 1-year Skype appointment last week. Your whole staff is super awesome. Everybody knows their stuff. Nobody gives you an I don't know, and everybody knows their stuff. That's what it's all about. We need to be educated, because how are we going to educate our patients if we are not educated ourselves? So luckily we have a good group of girls and staff, medical staff that is here for our patients, can explain these different therapies, answer their questions. And if they don't know, they're not going to tell you the wrong answer. They're going to say, you know what? Let me get that answer for you. Let me ask a medical provider, whoever needs to be asked at that point, and get back to you. Thank you, Devo728. Thank you guys for all the badges on there. I really appreciate it. Helps me out on Instagram, telling the algorithm and those guys to bump me up, so boost out to more people. All right, so let's talk about the first subject. I think you guys are going to like this one. So, a protein identified as key link between appetite suppression and obesity. So, this hormone that they're talking about is leptin. What up, Fitness DMK? How you doing? So, if you guys don't know what leptin is a hormone, okay? Leptin is a hormone that's produced by fat cells. Okay, and what leptin's job is, or what does it do, or what it's supposed to do, is it's supposed to cause appetite suppression. Okay, so there was a study done on leptin, and there's been a lot of studies done on leptin. This one was with rodents, and at that point it was actually mice. So the question was if leptin's produced by fat cells, then why do obese people still want to eat or overeat? Okay, it's a good question. It really makes you think, well, this is a hormone produced by fat cells. If this person has a ton of fat cells, then why hasn't their appetite been suppressed? And the real reason is because of leptin resistance. Now, you're going to ask, well, how do you get leptin resistance, John? How does that happen? So what happens with leptin resistance is this, is you create more leptin with more fat cells in the body, right? So more of this hormone is being produced. Now, at that point, you have leptin receptors in the brain too as well. So at that point, with these leptin receptors, why aren't these receptors getting picked up? They're basically, overheating. They're not activating in there. And at that point, that's causing the people to overeat or continue to gain weight. So with this, this institute basically was looking at these different people, and then they were looking at different other hormones they could take out of this. There was another one with the hypothalamus, and this other one was called XRN1. XRN1, that's what it is. So with this XRN1, they basically took this out, and these mice started rapidly gaining weight. So with this, we know this, and they don't know why they started gaining weight like that. They just don't know. So basically, them taking away this made these mice gain weight like crazy. But with this, we need to look at leptin. Like I said, leptin's another one with that. And we want to make sure that overeating is not happening or occurring, because the more leptin you have in your body, the more you're going to cause leptin resistance, which is going to make you overeat, all right? And you're going to gain more weight by doing this. Now, gaining weight by doing this or overeating is going to cause other health issues too as well. So when we talk about this, and we talk about increasing fat cells and stuff, we're going to talk about, one, glucose levels. So sugar levels are going to increase in the body. And sugar levels increasing in the body are going to cause more damage down the line, and then possibly take you into the diabetes type 2 or diabetes type 1 category. At this point, you're going to cause a lot more damage to yourself than you're going to know what to do with. And it's going to be a silent killer. I always talk about that one because I deal with it in my family. I know a lot of other families that deal with it right now, and it's like an epidemic in itself. Everybody's becoming insulin resistant and becoming diabetic. Diabetes type 2 in particular right away. A lot of people that are young in their 30s, which normally that doesn't happen. So with this, they're still experimenting with the leptin and these rodents and stuff like that. So more to come on this, but that's what the key identifier is in the link between appetite suppression and obesity. It's honestly, it's really not overeating to create those new fat cells in the body to create more leptin. And like I said, in abundance of these different things, I think it basically desensitizes the receptors in the brain. It doesn't activate them. So just watch what you guys are eating. This is just another one talking about how diet and nutrition is very important. I hate to use the word diet because it's not a diet. It's really your nutrition and what you're eating. Do you recommend a certain diet with your weight loss protocols and meds? So we're not nutritionists. Our medical providers are not nutritionists or dietitians. Now, we can talk about some general healthy things that you should be incorporating in your diet. As far as writing out a diet plan for you, we don't do that. Possibly in the future, though, it's coming soon. So, but just not right now. So I don't want to promise you something we don't do. But at that point, we can definitely point you in the right direction for some different things. Now, really, we talk about calories in, calories out. But that's not the end-all, be-all either. Because when we talk about calories in, calories out, not every calorie is created equal, right? If I eat a steak and I eat a cheeseburger from McDonald's, let's say the calories were the exact same, the nutrition factor is not, okay? So we're talking about fats in there, carbohydrates, and proteins. So we got to look at these different things like that too, right? Trans fat, saturated fat too. So we got to look at all these different things. But It really does come into after that point. After that, if your food source is all good, kind of like a calories in, calories out type deal. All right? All right, so if you're already prescribed TRT through a different source, how would I switch to Titan? Not a problem. So 11 Powerhouse 11, great question. If you guys are prescribed testosterone from somewhere else, and you want to become a Titan Medical Center patient, we make the transition very easy and very smooth to do. All you're going to have to do is you call us up, send you new patient paperwork, or you can fill it out with even before calling us. That would be the first step. And then saying, listen, I want to transition over to you guys. If you have blood work and all the tests we need within 60 days, we'll set you up with a medical consultation. You see the provider. We'll look and make sure your prescription is valid. At that point, you're good to go. You're switched over. If you don't have blood within 60 days, we'll send you in for a blood test, set up the blood test, get you going there, get you in for a medical consultation right after the blood test, and then get you going. It's real simple and real easy to do. So if you have any questions, you can call or text 727-389-3220. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate that. Yep, Big Drew's on here. JNR, Easy Zeke, what's going on? Thea Renee, how are you doing? I love it. Great day here at Titan Medical Center. Titan Talk Tuesday, always a great day. And don't forget, guys, Titan Lifestyle with Big Drew, Friday, 2 p.m. We talk about all the cool stuff. It might not be all this medical stuff, but we will cover therapy of the week. So it'll be Libido Enhancers again. And if you have any questions, we'd be more than happy to go over it with you there too as well. You're very welcome out there, everybody else. All right, so the next one after that. This one's a pretty good one because I'm very interested in this study, and so was Sharice, because it has something to do with us to a certain extent. And you might be in this boat too, so let us know. UK study, right? Prior COVID infections are as effective as preventing the virus as the vaccination 2-shot jab. All right, so when they talked about this study was done on 8,000 people. And basically this study was done on them, and it was done on people that caught the Delta variant. So the months, I believe, were between May and June of this year. And at that point, people that caught COVID, okay, were less likely to 71% of catching COVID again. 71%. That's really good. You know what Pfizer's vaccine is after 2 shots? 73%. So you're talking about it. And then the Aztarac or the A vaccine, I'm sorry, I don't even know what it's called. But that one was mostly done in the EU and over in Europe. That one's at 63% or in the 60s somewhere. I'm sorry, I want to be precise when I'm telling you that. But it's like 63%. So you're going to get, I mean, according to the study, of natural immunity, 60 or 70, 73%, 71% to 73 in Pfizer, and then the AstraZeneca is at 61%. So really, really crazy here. So natural immunity, because we don't hear much about natural immunity. Here in the United States, they say, listen, get the jab even if you've been infected with COVID. And I don't know, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I'll give you an example. So for me, asymptomatic, had the antibodies for 3 months. Son, totally same way. Sharice, same time, she caught COVID, had COVID real bad in the ICU, dealt with all kinds of after effects, and she still has the antibodies. So, I mean, we're talking about over a year and a half later almost. Yeah, over a year and a half. And she still has antibodies. So at that point, why does she have to have the vaccine? I don't understand that. But this is something to look at here, because natural immunity, I think, is there. I just don't think they know the ins and outs of it, and they're just trying to cover their butts with the vaccines on it. But who knows, man? I mean, I know people now for sure that have got 2 shots of the vaccine and have been in breakthrough COVID cases. If you guys know anything about fitness or in the bodybuilding arena, I was just at Olympia this last weekend. Usually everybody and anybody that's a part of the fitness industry or bodybuilding industry are going to go to Olympia, okay? Especially if you're like an old school legend per se, or you were somebody. And Flex Wheeler. So big shout out to Flex Wheeler, right? I got mad respect for Flex. And Flex Wheeler was in the hospital with a breakthrough case of COVID-19 and already had 2 shots of the vaccine. And just didn't have the 2 shots and 2 days later caught COVID. He had it for quite a bit. So, it's crazy. I know a couple other cases the exact same way. And I'm sure we're going to hear about more. But it is what it is. Another plus with AstraZeneca, you might throw yourself out of a window. Oh, my God. These are getting scary out there. I talked to the FedEx driver, and the FedEx driver was telling me that, basically, he doesn't feel right about the vaccine being forced on people. He did not like that at all. He was very vocal about that. It was this little Puerto Rican dude. And he was really vocal about it. I didn't even talk about it, and he just brought it up, which, in today's times and environment, you don't know who thinks what or who feels what about what. So you kind of, tiptoe around some subjects, especially that one. I know it's a very sensitive subject for a lot of people out there. But, he said that basically, and I was like, they're trying to mandate for these companies, people that have 100 employees or more to get a mandate on the vaccine. And he's like, I have FMLA, which is, Florida medical leave. I'll just do that for 3 months. And they need me more than I need them. I was like, oh, wow. So the pilots at Southwest did this, right? And we know what happened there. Everybody got stranded. Nobody flew. And that was just last weekend. Now, I seen one of the other airlines that had a mandate in place. They rolled back that mandate because I don't think they want it to happen to themselves. And it's going to happen with these other industries too. But think about this. When we have our trucking industry down or our shipping industry, logistics like FedEx or UPS, people are going to be upset. And one person or people that affect, and I don't like it at all, would be my patients. The patients here at Titan Medical Center get serviced by FedEx and UPS. So if, let's say, those drivers ain't driving, then some of our patients might not be getting their medication. I ain't down with that. That's not cool either. So, hopefully these companies do the right thing and not mandate it. And at that point, people get to make the right decisions for themselves. So that's what's up. David Green, Tampa, what's going on? Motivation to win. C-Bar, what's going on? I hope you guys are having a fabulous day out there. So we talked about these different things like libido enhancers for males and females. We talked about all of them, okay? So if you have any questions about them, I'd be happy to cover some now for you. Or you guys can call or text 727-389-3220, and we can help you out anywhere in the country. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, we've seen that one up a lot. We know about, you guys have obviously seen, I've seen like some of these college games and stuff like that. Some of the chants that are going on. Have you seen some of these chants, Art?
No.
Oh, dude, look it up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So I'm sure some of you guys watch college football out there, and the major chant that's been going on quite a bit. I can't even say on here.
What's the?
Yeah, you'll see. You can change out the. Yeah, there we go.
Which one is it? Oh.
Yeah.
This one?
So basically, so they were calling out Biden on some of these. It was basically like "F you, Biden."
Oh.
Yep. And now it's "Let's go, Brandon." So it's just funny. This stuff is hilarious. So I mean, that's good. That's good that people are, they're speaking up. People need to speak up. If things aren't right, then at that point we need to make them right, and we need to come together because this garbage. I watched the Dave Chappelle show as we talked about in Titan Lifestyle with Big Drew. Hilarious.
Great show.
Did you see it?
Yes, I loved it.
It was hilarious. Awesome. Awesome show all the way around. Dave Chappelle is a genius.
Deep.
Really deep. I mean, this dude is awesome. But he hit some of these guys that need to be hit, like cancel culture and stuff like that. Like, this is ridiculous. How comedians can't do their shows and stuff like that. They're getting burned, thrown at the bus left and right. So I'm happy about the show that it came out. I'm happy the way it covered it. It was really, really good. So if you guys haven't seen it, check out Dave Chappelle. Biden has united the country against him. This is true. They're all hating, even though, whatever side you're on, you got to look at things, especially when you go to the pump. Everyday people, and let's take politics out of this. Let's take everyday life in America. Right now, especially. You can't buy things because nothing's here. You look at the gas pump. I looked at the gas pump today, and I had to put premium in my vehicles, and it was $4.20 in Tampa. That's pretty high. I can't remember the last time it was $4.20. So that sucked. Food costs have went up. Inflation's there. So everybody has to deal with this. Whether you're a Democrat, you're a Libertarian, you're a Republican, you're an atheist, I don't care who you are, what religion, what political background you have, it sucks for all of us, and we're all going through this. So hopefully we can, look at whoever is going to lead us next, and hopefully put America where it needs to be and first, helps our people in our country first. And when I talk about that, I'm all about immigration. Most of our parents or our relatives or our ancestors, to a certain degree, came from other countries. So, like, my grandfather came from Greece. So if anybody came up to me and were like, "Oh, your grandfather was a slave owner," or whatever, dude, my grandfather was in Greece, so I don't even know about this. The other thing about that is that, when we talk about things like that, we're really dividing the country even more, right? Instead of coming together like we really should. And I think that our leaders have a big plan in this, and we shouldn't be dividing, we should be keeping together. So that's what it's all about. So I appreciate you guys all joining in. Hopefully it's been a great Titan Talk Tuesday for you. I know it has been for me. I love it. I love you guys. I love you guys joining in, talking in. If you guys have any questions, please shoot them over, DM us. If you guys want to become a patient, have questions about therapies, want some more information, just call or text 727-389-3220. Wherever you're at in the country, we'll hopefully be able to help you guys out. All right? Check out the website, guys. Brand new website. A lot more information on that website about therapies and such. Check out www.titanmedicalcenter.com. Make sure you guys go over to the YouTube page too as well. Click that button to get subscribed, to hit the all notification bell, and also make sure you guys are keeping it locked to our social medias. Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all those good ones, we're on there for your enjoyment. Also, guys, if you want any really cool Titan gear, you guys can always go to the website and purchase it directly. All right? My name's John. I'm the CEO of Titan Medical Center. I love joining you guys for Titan Talk Tuesday. I'll see you guys back here. Same time, same channel, same place. Tuesday, 6 p.m.